Have you ever shared something personal only to regret it later? Maybe you trusted the wrong person, or perhaps you felt exposed in ways you hadn't anticipated. In a world that encourages constant sharing, there is wisdom in restraint. The Stoics knew this well. They understood that true power lies not in revealing everything, but in choosing what to keep to yourself. Because what you share, you give away. What you hold back, you control. Privacy isn't about secrecy, it's about dignity. It's about protecting your peace and ensuring that your life remains in your hands, not dictated by the opinions or reactions of others. Today, we'll explore 8 things you should never share with anyone. Timeless Stoic insights that will help you safeguard your reputation, protect your mental clarity, and move through life with quiet confidence. These aren't lessons in isolation, but in wisdom, self-respect, and understanding when silence is the strongest statement you can make. Before you share your next thought, ask yourself, am I empowering myself or am I handing over a piece of my power? Stick with me as we uncover the wisdom behind keeping certain things private and why doing so can lead to a stronger, more resilient life. If these ideas resonate with you, stay until the end and share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's begin. 1. Sexuality. Intimacy is sacred. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Sexuality is one of the deepest and most defining aspects of human existence. It is not merely about physical connection, but about trust, vulnerability, and emotional depth. Unlike the fleeting desires that society often amplifies, true intimacy is cultivated through shared experiences, quiet understanding, and unwavering commitment. And yet, in a world obsessed with exposure, keeping this sacred part of your life private is an act of self-respect and wisdom. Why should intimacy remain private? Because what is sacred should be guarded. The moment personal details become public, they are no longer yours. They become subject to scrutiny, judgment, and even mockery. People impose their beliefs, biases, and assumptions, reducing something profound to nothing more than idle gossip. The more you share, the more control you relinquish over your own narrative. Seneca warns us, enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. When intimacy is discussed openly, it loses its essence. It becomes a performance rather than a bond. True connection flourishes in privacy, nurtured by the quiet trust between two people, not by the gaze of the outside world. The need to overshare often stems from insecurity, from a past where validation was sought externally rather than internally. But the Stoic understands that true confidence comes from within, not from the fleeting approval of others. In daily life, those who guard their intimate affairs move with a quiet strength. They do not seek validation, nor do they allow others to define their experiences. Instead, they protect what matters, ensuring that their connections remain deep, undisturbed, and meaningful. By keeping your intimate life private, you maintain control over your own story. Let your relationships be a source of strength, not a spectacle. Preserve what is sacred, and in doing so, you preserve its meaning and power. 2. Family secrets. The sanctuary of home. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Marcus Aurelius' family is our greatest source of strength, and at times our greatest challenge. Every family carries its own unspoken stories, wounds, and unhealed scars. Some hold deep regrets, others unresolved tensions. The wise understand that not all family matters are meant to be shared, and some burdens are best carried in silence. Why should family secrets remain private? Because trust, once broken, is difficult to repair. Sharing disagreements or personal conflicts with outsiders invites judgment, gossip, and interference from those who do not fully grasp the intricate history of your family. What is spoken in frustration today may be weaponized against you tomorrow. When you expose family struggles to the outside world, you risk surrendering control over your own narrative. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control how we respond. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Epictetus. Speaking too freely about internal conflicts damages relationships and strips family members of the dignity they deserve. It invites unnecessary opinions, distorts memories, and creates a cycle where past grievances never fade. Keeping family matters private does not mean ignoring problems or suppressing emotions. It means handling them with wisdom and self-control. Some battles are fought best behind closed doors, where healing can take place without the weight of external judgment. Your family is your foundation. Protect it not by exposing its weaknesses, but by strengthening its bonds in silence. The strongest walls do not shout their strength. They simply stand, unwavering, against the storm. 3. Money. Financial privacy is key. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. At Epictetus, money is an unavoidable part of life, yet it remains one of the most sensitive subjects. The Stoics teach us that true wealth is not found in numbers, but in self-sufficiency and contentment. Why should you keep your financial matters private? Because money, whether in abundance or scarcity, changes the way people perceive you. If you are wealthy, others may see you not as a person, but as a resource. Friends and relatives might begin to expect favors, loans, or financial support. Generosity, when assumed, ceases to be kindness. It becomes obligation. Resentment can grow, and relationships that were once genuine may turn transactional. On the other hand, if you reveal financial struggles, you risk being judged or even looked down upon. In a world that equates success with material wealth, people may assume you made poor choices or failed in some way. But Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Your worth is not found in your bank account, but in your character, wisdom, and actions. The root of society's obsession with money lies in fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of losing status, fear of appearing weak. People project these fears onto others, using wealth as a measure of superiority or failure. A Stoic does not play this game. We recognize that money is merely a tool, not a master. In daily life, financial transparency can invite unnecessary complications. If you are known to have wealth, you may be treated with insincerity, admired for what you have rather than who you are. If you lack financial stability, you may be pitied or underestimated. In either case, your freedom is compromised. The less people know about your financial standing, the more you remain in control. So keep your financial affairs private, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. True prosperity is measured not by the size of your fortune, but by your ability to remain unshaken by it. Live simply, need little, and let your actions, not your wealth, define you. 4th, health, a personal matter. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Health is one of life's greatest equalizers. No matter how strong or wise we become, we are all subject to the natural wear and tear of time. But in a world obsessed with oversharing, disclosing your health struggles can have unintended consequences. What should be a private matter often turns into a topic of speculation and judgment. Why should you guard your health information? Because people, knowingly or not, begin to see you through the lens of your condition rather than as a whole person. The moment you reveal an ailment, you risk being reduced to it. Conversations that once revolved around ideas, ambitions, and experiences may become centered around sympathy, unsolicited advice, or worse, pity. This obsession with publicizing health struggles often originates from past suffering. Many share their pain hoping for comfort, validation, or a sense of control. But the Stoics remind us that true control comes not from external reassurance, but from inner resilience. Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Strength is not found in dwelling on suffering, but in carrying it with dignity and quiet resolve." The impact of oversharing on daily life is significant. In the workplace, health disclosures can alter perceptions of capability. Among friends, it can shift dynamics, unintentionally burdening relationships with concern rather than genuine companionship. The more you allow your condition to define you, the more others will follow. Reflecting on this, we see that privacy is not secrecy, it is power. Keeping your health matters private does not mean suffering in isolation. It means protecting your autonomy. Let your strength be defined not by what you endure, but by how you carry it. 5. Age more than just a number. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. Age is one of the first things people ask about, a casual icebreaker in many conversations. But what seems harmless at first often carries hidden weight. Society assigns immense value to youth, making age more than just a number. It becomes a silent judgment. Why should you keep your age private? Because once people know, their perception shifts. They may unconsciously categorize you, assuming limitations, projecting expectations, or making misguided judgments. They may treat you with either unearned reverence or subtle condescension. But is that who you really are? Seneca warns us. We are always complaining that our days are few and acting as though there would be no end of them. Time is an illusion, and focusing too much on numbers distracts from the essence of living. People impose limits on themselves and others based on age. When to start, when to stop, when to settle. But this is a trap. A Stoic does not count years. A Stoic counts deeds. The roots of this obsession lie in past fears. Fear of irrelevance, fear of decline, fear of the unknown. But fear is not the path of wisdom. When you define yourself not by age but by action, you break free. Your value lies in your choices, your resilience, your discipline, not the number of times you have circled the sun. In daily life, age-based assumptions shape careers, relationships, and self-worth. Some hesitate to chase dreams, thinking they are too old. Others give up personal growth, believing their time has passed. These are illusions. The only moment that matters is the one you are in right now. So keep your age private, not because it is a secret, but because it is irrelevant. Live as though time belongs to you, not the world's expectations. A life measured in purpose is far greater than one measured in years. 6th, honor, protecting your reputation. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Honor is not demanded, it is earned. It is not bestowed upon you by others, nor does it require validation. It is forged through discipline, integrity, and unwavering commitment to virtue. Those who grasp this understand that true honor is silent. It does not beg for attention, nor does it seek applause. Why should you refrain from boasting about your achievements? Because honor is not found in words but in action. In a world where recognition is sought like currency, many fall into the trap of announcing their success, believing that validation from others strengthens their standing. Yet the more one craves admiration, the weaker their honor becomes. Seneca warns us, it is the mark of an unstable mind to seek admiration from others. If your worth depends on approval, then it is not truly yours. It is fragile, subject to the shifting opinions of the masses, and ultimately a hollow foundation. The need to boast stems from past suffering, a time when recognition was withheld, when worth was questioned, when insecurity whispered that one's efforts were unseen. But the Stoic knows that honor is internal, not external. The most dignified individuals are those who walk with quiet strength, whose legacy is not proclaimed, but remembered. In daily life, those who constantly remind others of their accomplishments create distance rather than respect. True honor commands presence without words, influence without force. It is carried with humility, preserved in silence, and recognized not by noise, but by the weight of one's actions. Keep your achievements private, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. Let your virtue be known by how you live, not by how you speak of it. A Stoic does not proclaim their greatness, they embody it. 7. Insults, letting go of past hurts. If someone is able to provoke you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Epictetus. Insults, slights, and moments of humiliation. These are inevitable parts of life. No one walks through the world unscathed. The real question is, will we carry these wounds with us, or will we choose to set them down? The Stoics understood that clinging to past insults only deepens our suffering. When we constantly replay the words of those who wronged us, we give their insults power, turning fleeting moments of disrespect into lifelong burdens. This cycle of resentment is not a mark of strength, but of surrender to forces outside our control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The origin of this need to hold on to insults often stems from past pain, moments when we felt unheard, undervalued, or powerless. But reacting with anger only allows those moments to define us. A Stoic does not give their enemies this power. In daily life, carrying grudges poisons relationships and clouds judgment. It turns casual encounters into confrontations and breeds bitterness where clarity should exist. Those who thrive on conflict seek to entangle you in their web of negativity. Do not engage. Instead, let go. It is not indifference, it is mastery over oneself. To carry anger is to chain ourselves to those who have wronged us. To let go is to reclaim our freedom. The choice is ours. We do not control what others say, but we control whether their words live in our minds rent-free. Walk forward, unburdened, and let your strength speak louder than any insult ever could. 8. Charity, the quiet power of giving. Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It is not to be lived by reference to others, but by following the inner light. Marcus Aurelius. True generosity needs no audience. Giving, whether in the form of money, time, or support, is one of the highest expressions of virtue. Yet in a world where public recognition is often mistaken for genuine virtue, the quiet act of charity has become a rarity, drowned in the noise of self-congratulation. Why should charity be kept private? Because true giving is not about the giver, it is about those in need. When generosity is performed for validation, it loses its purity. It becomes a currency for approval rather than an act of selfless service. A person who boasts about their generosity is not truly giving. They are merely purchasing admiration. Seneca warns us, a benefit is rendered worthless by the expectation of gratitude. A Stoic does not give for applause. We do not give to be seen as generous. We give because it is right, because virtue demands it, because goodness needs no audience. The origins of performative charity lie in insecurity, a craving for approval, a fear of insignificance. Those who need to be acknowledged for their good deeds seek external validation rather than inner fulfillment. But a Stoic finds satisfaction in the deed itself, not in the reaction it provokes. In daily life, publicizing charity distorts its impact. It makes the recipient feel small, indebted, or even ashamed. True kindness lifts others up without demanding recognition. By keeping your generosity quiet, you protect their dignity and your own integrity. Let your kindness be a whisper, not a shout. Give because you are strong, not because you seek to appear strong. In silence, virtue flourishes. Wisdom is not just about what we know, but also what we choose to keep within. Silence is not weakness, it is power. What we guard in privacy often holds more strength than what we share with the world. By protecting these 8 aspects of your life, you preserve your peace, dignity, and autonomy. If this video resonated with you, let us know. Comment 1 if you found it insightful, or low if you see things differently. Your thoughts matter. And if you believe in the value of inner strength and quiet wisdom, consider liking this video and subscribing for more content on Stoic philosophy and timeless life lessons. Stay mindful, stay resilient, and remember, true power comes from within.